We've all seen AI that can whip up a perfect email or churn out some pretty complex code. But what if that same AI could then go and book your flight, analyze your medical data, or even run a whole scientific experiment for you? Today, we're talking about moving beyond the chatbot and into a world of AI that can actually do things. This is the story of Agentic AI.
So to really get a handle on what's coming, we have to look back at just how fast things have been moving. This timeline here shows the evolution of large language models, or LLMs. For decades, we had this slow, steady progress. But then, just in the last few years, something absolutely wild happened. It's been like a Cambrian explosion for AI, with models like GPT-4, PaLM 2, and Llama just popping up at a breathtaking pace. We have totally mastered the art of creating AI that can talk, but, that's just the beginning.
And that leads us to a pretty fundamental problem. For all their incredible power, these LLMs are basically brilliant brains in a jar. They have this amazing reasoning engine inside, but absolutely no way to interact with or actually affect the outside world.
Yeah, this slide here just perfectly breaks down the three main issues with our brain in a jar. First up, the knowledge cutoff. These models are essentially time capsules, completely unaware of anything that's happened since they were trained. Second, they can't do anything. They can write the code to send an email, sure, but they can't physically click send. And finally, the big one, hallucinations. When they don't know something, they'll often just make stuff up and sound totally convincing while doing it.
So how do we break this brain out of the jar, right? How do we give it hands to actually interact with the world? Well, the answer lies in the next major evolution of AI, what we're calling the agentic leap.
And here's the key difference. Agentic AI isn't just about predicting the next word in a sentence. It's about achieving a goal. It can create a whole plan, pick the right tools for the job, and then actually execute that plan, from start to finish, all on its own.
This diagram shows you exactly how it works. You give it a prompt, right? But the LLM, acting as the brain, doesn't just spit out text. Instead, it looks at its toolbox and says, okay, which tool do I need for this? That could be a web search, or pulling from a database, or even firing off an email. It does the task, checks the result, and then decides on the next step. It's this continuous loop of action and feedback, and that's what gives the AI its hands.
But what happens when a problem is just too big, too complex for one agent to solve on its own? Well, just like with us humans, the answer is teamwork. And this is where we start to see these amazing multi-agent systems emerge.
This is such a perfect analogy. Think about healthcare. You've got your general practitioner, but then you have specialists like cardiologists or oncologists. They all work together, bringing their own unique expertise to the table to give you the best possible care. Well, AI agents can work the exact same way.
And get this isn't just some theoretical idea. This is a real-world system called the MAI-DxO orchestrator, and its whole job is to diagnose rare diseases. It's not one single AI, it's a virtual doctor panel of specialized agents. You've got a hypothesis agent, a challenger agent that basically plays devil's advocate, and a checklist agent making sure nothing gets missed. These agents literally debate and collaborate to figure out the right diagnosis. The process is just incredibly logical. One agent throws out an idea. Then the panel debates it, critiques it from all these different angles, and based on that debate, the main system decides on the next concrete action. Should it ask the human for more info, run a virtual lab test, or if it's confident, just provide the final diagnosis. It's this really rigorous collaborative process.
This kind of technology is just pushing the absolute boundaries of medicine. We're moving from AI being this passive research tool to it being an active partner in discovery and treatment. And the results? They are incredibly promising.
Okay, so meet TxAgent. This is an AI designed specifically for therapeutic reasoning. It analyzes patient data and then taps into this massive arsenal of over 200 real-time biomedical tools to figure out the best treatment plan. It's not just repeating old information, it's actively doing research in real time.
So, how well does it work? Well, across thousands of really complex clinical scenarios, it achieves an accuracy of, get this, 92.1%. That's not just a tiny improvement, that is a massive leap forward. And it's outperforming even the most advanced models out there like GPT-4o. This is the power of giving a brilliant AI the right set of tools.
This slide is so cool because it gives us a peek inside the agent's mind. So in that first column, the user asks about a drug's dosage. The agent thinks, okay, I need to find dosage info. And then it calls the get dosage tool. It pulls that data directly from an FDA database and gives a precise, factual answer. This isn't a guess. It's a calculated, deliberate action.
TxAgent is not a one-off. Meet MEDEA, another groundbreaking agent that can come up with research plans, write and run code for data analysis, and even reason about scientific papers to find new therapeutic discoveries. We're seeing a really clear trend here. Specialized tool-using agents are speeding up the pace of science itself.
So, what does this all mean? What's the big picture? It means we are on the verge of a fundamental shift in how we use technology. The very nature of problem solving is changing, like right before our eyes.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the paradigm shift we're all watching. The novelty of a talking computer is wearing off. The real world-changing revolution is an AI that can do.
And that brings us to a really mind-bending question. If agentic AI can revolutionize a field as complex and high-stakes as medicine, what industry is safe? Finance, law, engineering, education? I mean, the possibilities are just endless. The age of the AI agent is officially here. The only question left is,